Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the 420 Lifestyle Show on this here last week of July of 2015. What you're looking at is the dab counter. That's right. We were looking at the dab counter. There we go. Are we still on it? There's a one. You can flip it over.
Awesome.
Yeah, so this is show 23, Opus 420. You're not. And Carly Marley, welcome back to the show.
Hello.
Nice to see you back. I love what you're wearing.
Everyone.
Hey, thank you. Yay. I love the green glasses. That's awesome. Green.
Thank you.
Way cool.
Green.
Very good. I like it. Very appropriate. Nothing wrong with green. Oh, look, photographers. Yeah, so this is the Dabathon all dab, all concentrate show. I've put away the marijuana flowers, and for now.
Yeah.
Well, they're just here. They're not far, but we're just going to be dabbing and using. That's why we have the counter. We're going to keep track. That's why Carly had a dab, so both of us. We're counting on both of our dabs, and. So I don't know, you guys in chat, if you want to guess how many dabs you think we'll end up taking between us by the end of the show, feel free to do that. And but you got to get your guesses in kind of now, and one guess only. And the winner may or may not win a prize. I'm not committing to absolutely anything. What have you been up to, Carly? Why don't you tell us what's happening? I know got some pictures, some modeling gig thing going on with Cannabis Culture. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, I did a couple photo shoots this week, but I finally was able to post the article on Kush Nugs because the new website is up and running and fully functional. So it's up there now in the arts and entertainment section. It's really cool. It's got some really cool, great shots. A lot of awesome models. A lot of awesome artists were involved in the project. And I'm really pleased with how everything turned out, and everyone should definitely go to cannabisculture.com and read about Kush Nugs and the cool designs they got going on, all the cool stuff, and look at pictures of good-looking people smoking weed. So everyone likes to do that.
Very good-looking people smoking weed.
Yeah, we like good-looking people smoking weed.
I'm not smoking any yet.
Well, that's because it's an all-dab show, duty. Jeremiah Vandermeer in this house.
I thought you had a Dabathon one time before or something, but...
Of course I did.
This is Dabathon 2? Dabathon 3?
Yeah. I don't know. We don't really keep track of that.
It's
just another Dabathon. Just another Dabathon.
I like it because it was edibles last week, and now we've got the dabs this week.
Yeah.
It's good. It's fun.
Got to mix it up. And
yeah.
You'll be suitably fucked by the end of the show.
That's the idea. And I've got the Opus 420 bong here from Redbeard Glass. Thanks, brother.
Love your Redbeard glass. Yeah, come take a dab.
Oh, yeah. Dabbing delicious. A dabbily delicious dabbit. God. It's dabbily delicious.
iPod TV.
Jeremiah Vandermeer.
Hi, guys.
We do have another mic up there, dude.
iPod TV. Oh, yeah, that's okay. I have
there you
nothing
go.
to say.
Yeah, you can roll that
You
down.
don't want to hear me talk.
So,
Just watch me smoke.
Yeah. Some of the stories, you're probably aware of a couple of them we're going to cover today.
I don't pay attention to these things.
I know. But medical marijuana may soon be covered by insurance. As a matter of fact, much sooner than you think.
It should already be.
In some cases, I know the consultation with these clinics are sometimes covered. I know in Ontario, some people have said that that's covered. That $200 those clinics were charging originally to get into the MMPR thing for the consultation. I know sometimes that's covered, and I got a feeling they can't even charge that anymore.
Now, apparently in Canada, there are a few places now who who will give you medical insurance for medical marijuana. We just learned this recently at one of the... Where was that now that they were talking about this? And it was actually a medical guy that was up there. One of our events that we've been at recently. Mm-hmm. Forgetting which one it is now. But yeah, apparently we saw a lecture from the guy from the insurance company, and he said that they are actually offering this service now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very new.
To.
It's not something that's been around for very long.
No, but because of the LPs, right, people have to start getting insurance. Right. And, like, because we have this legal framework, they can't deny it much longer. Even if Rona Ambrose will still try to, I mean, how can they... It's so bizarre, the weird disconnect that we have here, where we have a federal program that, is completely designed to give people medical marijuana, but the person that runs the program says it's not for medical purposes. It was designed to set up roadblocks to marijuana for medical purposes. We don't even call it medical marijuana on this show no more. That's out.
What do you call it now?
It's just marijuana. And it's like what you use it for is your business. Rec, medical, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I like about what the new program is called, medical or marijuana for medical purposes. Not medical marijuana.
Right.
And it's
you think that was a secret thing they put in the name to be
like... No, but they finally got it right because that's what it is.
Right.
It's like we keep saying, it's the same damn weed.
Yes.
It's just what people are using it for. Some people are self-medicating. Others are medicating with it with doctors' advice or whatever, or recommendations. Like I say, and other people are just using it.
It's always a strange thing, and all of a sudden when it's in the hands of a patient, it becomes some other kind of marijuana.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. It's just marijuana. It's just, they're a medical user.
And hey, how do you know that person isn't personally using it for medical reasons, even if they haven't gone to a doctor or for whatever reason? I've never been to a doctor to get any kind of note for marijuana, but I would say that I do use it medically, when I'm depressed or when I'm feeling down. Or
you're getting relief from something by it. You feel better. All right, so I think I'll smoke a joint. And you'll feel, after that, you'll be sitting there going, well, I feel better now.
If I have a hangover, man, it cures any ailment. Basically, you're feeling bad at all, that weed makes you feel better.
Are you kidding? The joint is the cure-all, hangover cure-all for sure.
Now, just while we're on the topic of this whole medical marijuana thing, here in Vancouver, the city has now issued this note. I don't know if you've seen the actual paperwork, but the city of Vancouver has visited this location here at the lounge, and they've told us that the lounge has to close. The city of Vancouver is now telling Cannabis Culture Lounge that it needs to stop because you're not allowed to smoke marijuana inside. And they include with smoking, vaporizing, dabbing. They even use the word dabbing.
I heard that. I didn't see the paperwork, but I heard that, yes, that's a lot of things. And I also
now we are illegal according to the city.
I saw posts on Facebook asking you directly, what's going to happen to CC Lounge? Earlier today.
I didn't have an answer yet because it was earlier today. But I know the answer now. I wanted to say it on your show, actually.
What is the answer?
The answer is that we're not... Well, I knew the answer before, is we're not going anywhere. I just didn't know exactly how or what we were going to do. I still don't really know that.
Business as usual.
We're not going to close. And so it doesn't matter what they do. They can come and they can give us fines. They can do whatever they want. Until they physically close us, we're not closing.
There you
go.
To
court.
You heard it here on my show.
We'll fight it just like the hookah lounge guys have.
Fucking right.
There's no way we're going to close this lounge. We've been here for so many years now. What is it, like 7 years having a lounge here? We're not just going to shut this place down. We have a massive community that gathers here. This is the spot where we do our activism. This is the BC Marijuana Party office, as well as the Cannabis Culture Lounge. But we're not going anywhere. And I just talked to Mark and Jody upstairs, and Mark's like, let them fine us. Let them do whatever they want.
That's good.
We'll take it to court if we have to.
Well, that's wonderful.
Get ready, City of Vancouver. Get ready, Penny Ballum. Get ready, Sadhu Johnston. Get ready, Mayor Gregor.
Well,
we're not going away. We're not going to roll over and die so easily.
I'll tell you this much. If my lounge gets closed down, I'll have no choice but to go in and smoke it over at City Hall.
I agree.
Right?
Every
do
show
the show at City Hall.
Hall.
Yeah, that'll be. We're just logging into your internet here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's public property, man. We should just do it right in the mayor's office. We could do it every week there. like tokens.
Like that 420?
You know, we used to. I'm just gonna follow
Good job, number 3.
We used to go and occupy the MP offices.
That's right.
Here in the city of Vancouver, and
on
other places
Vancouver
around.
Island, and
North
Victoria,
Van, other
Port
places.
Alberni, Nanaimo.
Even Stephen Harper's office. Stephen Harper's office. Stever Harper. Good old Stever.
In Calgary.
Jody.
Jody in Calgary took over Harper's office.
And they draped a big banner off his balcony.
That's right,
Yeah,
too.
that said end
on the
prohibition or
Deerfoot
something.
Trail or Crow's Nest Trail.
So that was great. But no, you know, as much as, you know, the hookah lounges have been here operating in the city, and the city's been really on their asses to try and close them. They smoke tobacco and hookah pipes. Now they don't smoke any tobacco, they just smoke the shisha. But the city has been attempting to close them down for a number of years now. I think it's been like 5 years that they've been doing this. So they've been able to fight it through the courts for that long. Now the city did something really sneaky. What they did was, we have this tobacco law in the city that says you can't smoke indoors, near buildings, and all that other kind of stuff. So when Neil Magnuson and I were there at the last time at City Hall when they were proposing the vapor bylaw, that was actually against all vaporizing in the city. What they did was, Neil pointed out that it was going to be used against marijuana people. And so Penny Ballum, the city manager, and others, including City Councilor Adrian Carr, came and said to us, or said there in the council, that this would not be used against marijuana people.
That's
they
right.
Said
I
it
heard
outright, that it would not be used to go after people for medical purposes. And Adrian Carr flexed and made Penny Ballum say that. She's like, you know, this could be used in a bad way in the future. And even Gregor said, yeah, this thing doesn't look very good, but we're just going to pass it because it's been 14 hours that we were sitting there in council. They just passed this thing, tacking the vapor law onto the smoking law.
Right.
So now vaporizing is part of the smoking law.
That's right.
Yeah.
Which
shouldn't be, though.
I believe, though, that is open to probably a challenge, a court challenge, a very expensive one, unfortunately, just because I'm pretty sure Kirk or somebody could make good argument that, look, you're dealing with two separate issues here, and you can't, you just can't paint. You can't paint a tomato orange and call it an orange.
Right.
It's still a tomato.
And their law actually bans. Their vapor law bans inhalers. Mm-hmm. It bans exhaling of your breath. So it literally bans farting in Vancouver.
We were that has been talked about before.
Yeah.
You can't go out on a cold day because you'll be breaking the law by exhaling.
If Penny Ballum says, well, of course it bans that too. Of course it does. Even though she herself said that this was not going to be used for marijuana people, and now she's just assuming that it is.
Well, I know.
So I think we ought to go protest Penny Ballum personally on this one.
Another thing I read in one of the articles I read was the city. And I forget exactly who, but somebody was actually quoted when they were asked. A reporter, I think from the Georgia Straight, maybe asked if, what about people who, low income, who are legally allowed to vape or smoke, can't do so in their apartments or risk eviction, and need to find places to. And I'm pretty sure the quote in the paper was, "We don't care." It was the quote. Literally, they asked somebody. I was a city manager, somebody, and they actually said, "We don't care."
It was Penny Ballum.
Penny Ballum. I think it was Penny Ballum, and she said, "It doesn't matter. We're not worried about. They don't care about." Well,
I'm pretty sure though.
Yeah, they just we're not worried about that. We don't care about
quite harshly that we don't care, but it was close to something like that.
Damn close to we don't give a shit.
No, because really they don't. They don't care about how many patients they're putting out.
No.
They're just trying to find this middle ground, and they.
It was like that's not our concern or something. It was. But I mean, and it was brought up. I know I brought it up before. How not that long ago there was a woman. I think she was a double amputee that Mark, I believe, even set up with a volcano vaporizer because she was having issues. She ended up still getting evicted, and then shortly after that died.
Yep.
So. This is
sad.
good. If we dig that story up and throw that at Penny Ballum and say, well, as long, making issues. Oh, yeah, well, you don't care if people die in the streets. That's not the city's problem, is it?
Yeah, literally dying in the streets.
Like, literally. And this is, So if she can sit there, oh, but that's extreme. Well, yeah, but if you're going to continue with your approach, this is what will happen to more individuals, especially once winter comes.
Yeah. You know how many people come into this lounge every day?
Well, in the winter, this place is packed.
Yeah.
Packed. 2 floors, packed.
Yeah.
We have a huge
waiting
community
lineups,
here.
waiting room.
They think that we're just going to disappear or go away. Give me a break. If you think the hookah people put up a fight for 5 years, the pot people are going to put up way, way bigger of a fight. It's just such a waste of the city's resources to do this.
Well, you know,
why are they targeting us? It doesn't even make sense. We're not hurting anyone here.
There's a couple people
They think they
in
know
this.
better than us.
Yeah.
They want to decide for our health for us. It's too dangerous to be in here. That's what Sadhu Johnston and Penny Ballum and Mayor Gregor say. It's too dangerous for us to be around marijuana smoke because vapor's dangerous.
All I know is, well, you know
They're not
this.
scientific.
There's a couple people in this room who know it's really a bad idea to piss me off.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of time on my hands and a great imagination. And have no problem camping out at your place and having a dabathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, in your front yard. So, like, because I don't really give a shit. And I'll come back every single day and can do it again and again and again. And then, I don't know, did you see my little, oh, by the way, I wanted to bring this up. It's a good time to mention it anyways. Activist tips. Activist tips. Now, if somebody was so inclined to do something like this, and this works, I'm going to using, hey, look at this. Kitten Puff just came in.
Woo.
What'd you bring me, Kitten
Hi,
Puff?
Kitten Puff.
What did you bring me? What'd you bring me? Hello, what'd you bring me?
You want a Happy Cat straw?
I do.
Happy Cat straw.
Of course I do.
Courtesy of our local
I bought them out.
All right.
That's hilarious.
I love it.
That's funny.
Check it out. Happy Cat Straw.
That's hilarious.
Gotta like that. All right. Where were we? Oh, activist tip. That's it. Distraction time. What were you? Yes. Okay. Here it is. And I was thinking a really cool protest idea here in Vancouver. If you're really mad at the city, simply is the one-stop SkyTrain hotbox.
What are we stopping?
The one-stop SkyTrain hotbox.
Oh, one stop.
One stop. You just have, you need at least, 12 or 14, 10 friends, right? Or 10 people. And you all kind of converge on a SkyTrain platform, but don't go in as a group. All right, go in kind of like, just pretend you don't know each other, like flash mob style, right? And then everybody just get on the SkyTrain on one car, and everybody has one joint. And just take out your joint, smoke it, and then leave.
I know, right?
Oh, wait.
We're posing.
I love it.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
Oh, I totally feel left out. I totally need a bevy.
You do know.
Hold on, I need to get really quiet.
We're not doing a show here. We're just taking photos. It's a
Taking
photo
photos,
shoot.
okay?
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, and 3.
There we go. Yes, I like that
Thank
idea.
you.
I love it.
Thank you for letting us
Yeah, we should do that. Take over the SkyTrain for a hotbox. Not a bad idea.
Just one car, and make it like flash mob style. So you just, like, it's all planned ahead of time quietly, no social media, no alert. You just get some buddies and you say, okay, we're all going to show up here. You all just go on, pay your fares. You're going to see, I think it's this Camera City.
Happy 420.
Happy 420.
420.
That was Mark.
Great timing on the alarm there, dude.
Yeah.
You were like down. All right, dab it up. Mark, count that counter.
Happy 420.
Happy 420. That's no, we're in the process.
So, Jody, you should come and sit down.
Jody Emery in the building.
Oh, I don't know, Jody. I'm being militant.
Oh, that's okay. Jody's gonna be militant too.
Oh my, about what?
Here, let's grab this microphone for a second.
About bike race?
Yeah, bike raves, yes. That's
No,
what
for real. What do
we
you?
haven't talked about that yet, but we should.
What?
We did tell them, or I just told the audience,
Hi, audience.
Lounge isn't going anywhere.
No, the lounge isn't going anywhere.
We're asking.
No, the lounge is
I
open
was-
for business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to shut down.
There
I
you go.
think
You're
that's
hearing it from the
absurd.
boss.
In fact, if you are a cigarette smoker and you are concerned about your lungs, I encourage you to come consume some cannabis because according to scientific research, cannabis smoking will reduce your likelihood of getting lung cancer if you are a cigarette smoker. So please, come and enjoy some healthy cannabis smoke at the Cannabis Culture Vapor Lounge.
Hey. Healthy
Legal argument
cannabis
number
smoke.
1. Well, we have a few arguments, actually. I mean, I don't see why we shouldn't be allowed to be here if people are gathering at bars and coffee shops. I mean, this is an addictive substance, and there's a bunch of addicts that line up every morning to get their fix. It's coffee, by the way. Every morning. Every morning they get their fix of a drug here, and they gather together, and they talk and share ideas. Sounds dangerous.
Hey, Jody, like our straws?
What? Look, this is a straw. Look at you guys. Or is it a smoking tool?
Oh, yeah.
Is it a bong sipper?
So I was just telling people about my big time protest against the city.
Oh, which one? Did we talk about this already? Am I?
No.
Oh. Oh, there's a new.
The SkyTrain hotbox.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like flash mob style. You
Yeah,
just get
that's
half a
good.
dozen friends,
Why not?
walk on the SkyTrain. You got to be like
Put up
real
a bunch.
cool, right?
Yeah,
you can't
put up
be,
some windows that say 420 friendly trains, so that everybody outside, before they get on, they realize, oh, this is the pot car.
Yeah. Well, I think what you really want to do is actually you don't want to do it during the day. You want to do it in the evening at night. When there's no, less kids, less rush hour, things like that, a little quieter. And it's a one stop. You get on, everybody lights their own joint,
Nice.
and you do it kind of like you just pretend you don't know everybody else. Like everybody just does their own thing. Just smoke your joint. Next stop, just get out and beat it and get the hell out of there.
That sounds pretty
That's
wild.
just.
I don't see why not.
But you have to make a claim later on, like, oh, this was the marijuana liberation movement. We don't like your regulations or some bullshit like that.
There you go. Yeah.
Jody, I kind of felt like before I was holding back a little bit on criticizing the city because I want to work with the city. I want to, make amends with them and extend olive branches and do that whole thing. But at the same time, they're trying to close us down. And they're closing down half the damn dispensaries in the city. So we can't just, as much as I want to, we're going to have to go after them directly and show them how powerful we really are. I think we should be shutting down their phone lines and doing everything we do.
No, I mean, I was talking earlier how the fact that the cold-hearted comment to the fact that now there's medical users who won't have a place to use simply because, they're rental situations, they're in, assisted house or, a housing of some kind. Any vaping or anything will get them thrown out.
And the fact that you're not allowed to smoke anywhere in public on the streets. So where are you going to be able to go and gather with like-minded people? It's almost like prohibiting gay bathhouses, maybe?
Yeah.
Where people were,
Yep.
if you wanted to engage in your activity or lifestyle on the street, you'd be ostracized and ridiculed and shooed away. But if you found a place that would welcome you and be a place where you can meet with like-minded people, that's a safe haven. This is like a supervised inhalation place. It's a safe place for people to come to, a community center of sorts.
And they should be regulated and licensed.
And to shut it down would do more harm than what they're planning to prevent the harm.
It
doesn't make
seems
any
to
sense.
me the city is more afraid of promoting anything that might be considered an unhealthy lifestyle.
Yes, they're so green and healthy.
And it also, though, they are running directly into the provincial laws when it comes to workman's compensation.
Well, see, there's all these other
Because under
rules.
workman's comp, you can't have employees where there's smoking.
Right, where it
That's
might be
part of
unsafe.
that was kind of their loopholes, how they got around the bars and all that.
Well, but we know that
Right.
different cities can change the rules because Toronto allows hookah lounges and Burnaby allows hookah lounges. So they changed their health and smoking bylaws. But, the lawyer for the hookah lounges in Vancouver, there's 2 of them that are being forced or told to shut down, and they've gone vapor only for the time being to try and challenge the smoking part. Their lawyer said that the only thing that can save the hookah lounges and the vapor lounges is action from citizens who give a damn. Because he was actually the same lawyer for the community centers. I don't know if people this is boring civic politics, but basically community centers in Vancouver run themselves. They make their decisions, they hold their events, they run themselves. But the city of Vancouver last year wanted to take away the power of community centers, with kids and pools, normal community centers, take away their power to make decisions and put it into a centralized office that would oversee all of the community centers under one controlled regime. The citizens did not like that. The community center groups did not like that. And this lawyer, who donates a lot of his time to the hookah lounges and other issues, he did not like it either. And he said the only reason that the community centers won, they beat the city, they kept control of their own operations, but it was only because they showed up at City Hall, they came to the meetings, they organized campaigns for emails and phone calls, they actually got the public out. And that was for the community centers. But unfortunately, the hookah lounges don't have as much of a support base to draw on as community centers do. And that's what Jeremiah just said. If we need to challenge them, and we do, they want to shut us down, we have to show our strength in numbers. But we have to show our strength in peaceful numbers, because being mean never looks good. Whoa. Okay, I was gonna try and finish it.
Jody had to dab the Opus bong first time.
Let me cough.
The Opus, that's the Redbeard Opus
That's
piece.
the Redbeard piece, yeah.
Yeah. What are we dabbing on there, Mick? What is it that you gave her?
I'm not sure, because I got about 4 kinds
Mystery
in here.
dabs. Something strong.
There's some of the Kush mix. We have a Kush mix from 3 Happy Cats that's, yes, very strong. There's also, and 2 other Sour Diesel.
Wow. That's like strip poker dabs. Woo, just gonna take it one at a time. Oh, it's hot in here. Every dab is like, God, I can't really keep all this on,
It just occurred to me, I says, hey, I think Jody needs to hit the Opus bong.
Yeah. Well, so I'm glad to hear, I knew obviously we weren't going to just cave into whatever they want, but I'm surprised that the city would be so, in a way, it's kind of like an insult. Because they know we've been here for 7 years. We have the Amsterdam next door. We have the Bulldog across the street. We have the Vancouver Seed Bank and other places on Hastings. So they know that we're here. And plus, we're like a tourist trap here. We get people in. We attract people from all over the place. So in a way, I don't think that this is just by accident. I think that they're trying to fuck with us, essentially. They don't like us anymore, so they're trying to give us a message.
It's beyond that. What's happening is, the change that's, kind of taking place, we're in between that, transition into a regulated, legal sort of a system. The city's really trying to, because the feds ain't doing shit, the city's making a preemptive move to take control. And basically, if and when legalization comes, which maybe is probably around the corner from the federal level, they can be already ahead of the game and go, well, we've already got regulations in place, and now it's, rubber stamped in as law, and it becomes normal. So I see that kind of rolling a little bit along, because as the 7 years we've been here, we are upstarts. There's no question.
And this set the example, and that's for sure. But I think one of the problems with the city government right now is that they keep bringing in outsiders who don't actually know the city. They don't know the history. Even today, the city... not the city planner, the chief planner of the city stepped down today in Vancouver because he said he doesn't like working with the city government and the citizens, and the way it's being done is not good. And the city's looking internationally for a replacement. And we already know that Sadhu Johnston, who had such a problem with Cannabis Day, he's from Chicago. city government. So when they bring these people in to run this city, because Vancouver's so big and so much money and so much foreign investment and this and that, Vancouver's like big bucks right now. So they're bringing in all these outsiders to manage the city without respecting how the city actually runs and the people in it and the history. And so that's what's happening in a lot of different ways with the community centers and even, well, this is sad, the bike rave. There's a bike rave in town. They gather a bunch of people, thousands, up to 7,000 last year. They have lights. They ride around at night with music and things, and it's a fun grassroots event. And every year the police have ridden along with them, 7 to 10 cops, smiling and enjoying it and making it safe.
Being
and
part
this
of
year,
it, basically.
Yeah, being part of it, kind of like
included.
420 when the cops, let us know there was a jazz fest next door, or that when they, so the bike rave this year had to be canceled because the city is making them apply for a permit and pay for it and pay $5,000 for policing and security and pay another $2,000 for having an event with 1,000 to 5,000 people. It's nonsense. It's like $10,000 they want to charge to a free event of people on bikes in this city for all places. But it's a bike rave and it's a bunch of people doing something collectively, organizing without government interference. And then the government came and shut them down because they won't get a permit, similar to us. So anyway, the city is being run right now by people who do not understand or respect the history of the city. So that's why this building, with all of its history, will stand here. I promise, I know not all the places will exist, but if there will only be one last standing bastion of freedom in this city, it will be this place, because 10 years ago this Wednesday, the Vancouver police tried to shut this all down with the U.S. government, and no way. Nothing's like that is going to happen. No, I'm not letting it happen. We're staying here.
Bring it, motherfuckers.
So not peaceful, non-violence, they'll have to come beat us up. Please don't. But they'll have to drag us out of here because this is a culturally significant place and so much more.
What's happening too for it, like a good example is the Rave bike ride that was canceled, because what it shows is an organized event like that itself is 7,000 people, and that's done basically at a grassroots community level. The community's decided that's what they want to do. There's obviously enough people who enjoy doing it and come out and support it. Yeah. All right. So and the same thing like 420. There's 25, 30,000 people come out and support and involve and enjoy. Cops, like you say, it was always, okay, it's accepted. That's the way things are here. I used to say that real, strength it starts at the ground level. It doesn't trickle down from the top. It goes up. So the community, if you have a strong community, you make your own rules. You don't listen to the guys up higher up telling you, oh, no, you can't do that. Well, wait a minute. This is part of our tradition, part of our community, and part of why people live here. This is the way it works. And if you don't like it, go live somewhere else.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, there's a lot of changes coming. We have the dynamic, the demographic of the city is changing enough that this is what's happening. I had another story here I was looking at that I was going to use for filler. There's an article in the HuffPost about, I think it's a blog, but people are getting priced out of Vancouver. Yeah. Yeah, same one. And being that I lived in Victoria for so long, it was kind of, I know exactly where they're going with this. They missed a whole bunch of inherent problems of living in Victoria that I know very well. There's a lot. And one of the big ones is the density. When you look at the area, it's almost like living in downtown Vancouver. Like when you go to, it's gridlock is common all the time, because especially in the summer, because now you got to deal with the tourists as well. They add to that factor. It is, it's bad. You're on a rock, you get pushed into the water, there's nowhere to go. Yeah. So you get moved out of town is what happens. You end up in call with length, you end up going, it's just too very dense. It's really gotten bad. Anyhow, but that's another story. Yeah, that's...
Well, the other thing is we're going to have to really decide soon what we're going to do about 420 and kind of how we move forward with everything, because the city, before Cannabis Day happened, had told us they want us to move to a different location for 420, and they would allow us to continue there, selling marijuana openly, doing everything we do.
They're still going to want to
Now-
make a charge if for permits.
Oh, they're gonna-
and-
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're
and
going
they
to charge
want
them big money.
insurance.
They want all, and you'll never get insurance.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
But even the booths, everything costs money. Everything.
It
Yeah.
would cost a lot of money to do
Yeah.
it. Now, of course, Cannabis Day happened, so we're not sure how the city feels about us anymore because that whole deal. Hopefully, they'll still extend the same,
I have an
offer,
idea
but
though.
I'm not so sure they will, and I'm not so sure that's what we really want to do anyways. I mean, do we want to move it from the art gallery to another location?
But I have one idea though. Consider the scenario that by 420 next year, there's legal weed. Let's just say.
That'd be
Okay,
great.
let's just say. We can't protest legalization, but what we can protest is shitty regulation.
Yeah.
That's all. Change the focus of our protest.
Well, that's
and
half
we're
the focus
still
of it
at a
now.
protest now. We have a right to protest.
There's an article on the front page of Cannabis Culture right now called In Defense of the Cannabis Farmers Market, written by David Malmo-Levine.
Okay.
And in his article, he talks about the purpose of our Cannabis Farmers Market as a protest, why we have it, what it's there for. It's not just a bunch of people there to make money. We're making a statement there. And in light of the recent regulations that the city of Vancouver has put forward and are now enforcing, evidently, I think we have every right to be there in protest, doing exactly what we're doing, showing them an alternative model to the shit one that they designed, and showing them that it doesn't hurt anybody when you have these people all using cannabis responsibly, even when we're all together in big, huge numbers.
Very much
Few
so. No,
hospital
I agree.
visits, but that's nothing compared to the hospital visits you'd have if people were drinking alcohol there or anything else.
But let's look at the reason. Those people are visited the hospital mostly for dehydration.
Right.
Many of them were dehydrated, and it's easy to just say, "Oh, they overdosed," or they, well. As we all know, there is
None
no
of them were admitted to
overdose
the hospital,
level. There is no
not one.
overdose level, though.
Right.
We know this, for it's a medical. You can't overdose. So, what is overdose? Well, if you can't die from it, there is no. It's like David says. You might have an unpleasant experience. The next day, you're fine. There's no damage done.
It's true.
There's no recovery
You learn a
3
little bit
days
more
later.
about what your tolerance
Oh
is.
man, yeah. You don't need.
Tommy
yeah.
said a weed hangover.
There's
Your eyes
not
might
a
be
whole
little
lot,
shut.
really. Nothing that a little bit of orange juice or something else won't fix,
It's true.
right?
It's true.
Yeah.
And like I said, none of those people were actually admitted to the hospital. They went to the ER. They were just like and then they left. It was. I imagine that most of them were for dehydration, or a lot of them. And a lot of the people that are there. There's a thing about large crowds that affects people as well. It doesn't even matter if there's any consumption of any substance going on. Just people in a large crowd, it causes anxiety and other things for people.
Oh, of course.
That's actually.
But in the article in the paper, the very first article, like the day after or whatever, said that most of them were treated with IV, which immediately tells you
Dehydration.
that they were dehydrated. They needed saline. That's what they didn't give them blood. No,
Right.
they gave them a saline. Oh, you're dehydrated. Here, we'll get a little,
when we had our meetings
some
with
electrolytes in you, and by the time they got to the hospital, and a lot of them even said they refused admission. So in other words, they just said, no,
Right.
I'm out.
When
Yeah.
we had our meetings with the city, when Jody and Marijuana Man and Tia and I went and met with them, the emergency personnel there told us that our rallies were pretty much the same as the other ones for people admitted to the hospital.
yet.
And maybe we were a little bit more, but not that much, they said. And we had numbers, that 64 number has been, close to that in our other ones too. Maybe not quite as high as that one, but that was a big 420. Yeah. And I think that's really why a lot of this has happened. It was that last 420,
Because
media
our last
couldn't ignore us
420.
anymore, and it was so large that the city and the business community around there really was in their face and everything about it.
But it's so upsetting because it was so perfect. It was so smooth. There were no problems, really. I mean, out of all those people, I remember that day being like, wow, this was perfect. Like, too
Yeah.
perfect. I guess
Except
problems had to
for all
come
the
from
traffic
somewhere.
everywhere else that was backed up throughout the entire city.
But even traffic, the fireworks.
I know.
There's all sorts of events, construction.
Yeah.
I mean, the city shuts
But
down
the city,
traffic all
but
the
the
time.
city
and
makes
it
a lot
gets
of
shut
money
down all
off
the
those
time.
other events and not ours.
Yeah, it's all just a money
See,
grab.
this is where I'm going with it. And we are so big. They know this. So
Okay,
they're
but what
looking to
about-
say, okay, we want.
What about the fireworks that are going on right now?
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently, over the whole total, there's about between 200 to 260,000 people that come to see the event, like between all those
Yeah,
days.
it used to be 300,000 people every night.
And
Yeah,
people that
and
come to our
there's-
rally go and they spend money at the places around there and stuff.
Oh yeah,
as
I know,
well.
I know
Oh, yeah.
that. But I meant in direct, like they have to pay the city a bunch of money to throw the fireworks.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
they
that-
pay the city hard.
Yeah, Honda. It's the Honda.
And it used to be Benson
Yeah.
and Hedges. You got to have
Right.
deep pockets to put that on. That cost them like $50,000, $100,000 in cost, easy. Those are the
Right.
sponsors. That's why they got it's a
And
huge
that's what the
sponsorship.
city wants. They're like,
But
where's our
it's not.
chunk?
It's not about the inconvenience to the city at all. Then it's only about that they want money. That
They want money.
They see that many people.
And
they go,
and
well, each of
control.
those people get a few
Control.
dollars
but
out
and
of all of them.
control.
Carly
Yeah,
and I
that's
went
true.
down to the
They
fireworks.
get to tell you
Did, yeah.
where, what,
That's
and
exactly
if
it,
they
yeah.
don't like, oh no, you're gonna need more this. Oh no, you don't have enough security. Oh
They-
no,
there
you're
were
gonna need more.
Way too many cops out for the fireworks as well. They had at the end of Denman Street where it connects with Davie Street. They had a massive
20,
lineup of
25.
20 cops. I took photos, and they had their cameras pointing right in the crowd. And in fact, I got right in a guy's face and took some photos of him with his camera. And he's
That's a
like, "Oh,
job.
it took you a long time to take that." I said, "My camera's not as good as yours."
I would have. That's a job for the Umbrella Squad.
Yeah. Yeah, well, but the weird thing was they cut off Denman Street completely. And they won't allow Denman to connect with Davie Street. They don't want the crowd connecting down there for some reason, which stops the flow of traffic and inconveniences all the citizens of Vancouver.
So much.
It was
All
just
it did is
bizarre.
added
I didn't
20
understand
minutes
it.
onto our trip home,
Yeah.
and everyone was so confused.
Everybody just went through the alley
Yeah.
instead, a place that's not suited for all the traffic at all. And people shouldn't really be using the alley for that.
Yeah.
And the cops forced us to use the alley and they just stood there like all aggressive looking. It was
Oh
really
yeah,
odd.
they're always.
And I was saying, man,
ridiculous.
the cops in Vancouver are sure getting a lot worse. Like their attitudes and their facial expressions and everything, they just look like a bunch of assholes. Yeah, scowling at the crowd and
Yeah.
being jerks to
They're
everybody.
being really
like,
thuggish.
Sorry, Vancouver.
Very thuggish.
Yeah.
Yes, very thought.
Yeah, that's what it's gone. It's gone from used to be friendly to now, no, thuggish. But, you know, I've always been one that says I never bought that bullshit in the first place. Cop is always a cop. Can't be trusted. They are not your friends, and no, they don't serve you. They serve corporations, and that's what they're there for. They're only nice to you as long as you toe the line and do what they say, and you don't let them see what you're up to. Yeah, everything's cool, but the minute they want to be dicks, you're screwed. There's nothing you can do. You get pulled over. You could have nothing, but no, all of a sudden you're in handcuffs, and they give you some bullshit line. Sorry.
I've had good experiences with cops. I've definitely had times when cops have been really helpful, and I will say that. But after Cannabis Day, I'm not ever going to see any police force the same again, especially the Vancouver police force. I'm not going to trust them.
Oh, you
I
got
don't
cuffed.
trust them. I did
You were
get cuffed for
cuffed.
no reason. Yeah.
Thrown to the ground and cuffed.
Yeah, and the way
the
they
back
did
of
it
a
was
truck,
so
too.
sneaky too, because there was a big doggy pile, and before they all locked arms, I could hear the cops saying, "Get the girl, get the girl," and they made sure to pull me out of the way and out of sight before everyone locked arms. All the cops locked arms because they wanted to make sure that once they had all of the people trapped in there, that there wasn't a female in that doggy pile that they were trapping everyone
Oh
into.
yeah. No, that was all premeditated on
Yeah.
the cop side. The whole thing
And
was.
just being able to just hear
you
them
can see the strategy
strategizing
they
is
use now.
awful. It was
Hey,
awful. It was
there's
so
Jade.
scary. Hi, Jade.
Hey, Jade.
I think Jade actually wants to come on the show. Yeah. Yeah, she's got something to tell us, too.
Oh.
Yeah. So here, Jade, I'll let you in here. I'm going to share the show around online, too. I got some work to do here.
All right there, Jeremiah. Thanks for coming on. Thanks, Jody, for coming
you,
on.
Jeremiah.
And thanks for giving us the great news that we're going to be here. We're going to fight. We're not going nowhere. So come on down to 307 West Hastings, the lounge, third floor, second floor. We're open. We're rocking. And, yeah. It's going to be, we're not going nowhere. So there you go, folks. You got the update, the scoop right here on the 420 Lifestyle Show. And welcome back, Jade. How are you?
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm a little kerfluffled.
Do you want to catch your breath a minute? Do you need a toke, a dab? What?
A dab would be great.
All right, can you dab her up, and I'll click the clicker. Because we're dabathon here, but we're keeping count.
I had a rough day. I broke my glass.
I heard you broke glass.
Yeah.
Is that the bad news? Or do you have other bad
My
news?
squid broke. it's like it had like so many perks in there. There was 64 perks in a squid. Like they had like these things, and I was cleaning it. And
Is it fixable?
Oh God, no. No.
It's not the octopus, is it?
No. It's a manufactured piece, but it pulled so good. When you got that one piece you really like, it's kind of like it was my staple dab piece, and I busted it. Yeah. Awesome. So I guess Carly's
All
going to
right.
hook me
I
up.
clicked one for Jade. I'm clicking one for me.
Oh, we got a golf clicker?
Yeah.
How many dabs?
Well, I was going to ask the chat, see if anybody's paying attention in chat first.
Jeremy.
Do we got any? What do the people in chat think? How many dabs are we at?
I have Tane in my bag.
Hey?
It's okay.
Well, we're asking now, so if you're in the chat. Hey? 9? 9, 15?
It'll go up.
Okay. They're both wrong.
21, 32. 69. Thanks. Well, if you're going to go for the throat, might as well go for the big one.
So, what else is happening there?
So
Miss
one of
Jade.
ours has been arrested in
Uh-oh.
Saskatchewan.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Sean McGonigal had a run-in with the Saskatchewan police.
Or
on-
CMP
No,
or city police?
City police.
So that
Saskatchewan.
would be what, Saskatoon? Or
Based
no?
on a neighbor's complaint of smelling marijuana.
God.
Police showed up at his house. Sean was not home, but his roommate was at the time. They, without warrant, told his roommate to stay out of the house until the warrant showed up. And also ended up not only keeping him out of his house until the warrant arrived, but they just went based on what a neighbor's complaint was. So
Was this for a grow or
no.
just for smoking?
No, it wasn't for anything. He's just a medicinal user like the rest of us. That's so much better. Thank you, Carly.
Yay.
Anytime.
So, anyways, he was arrested, and now Tommy just told me you just got the update. He's out on bail, I guess. Or
Well, yeah. We got the money together to get his bail, and we now need to raise some money, some serious money here, guys, for him because the Saskatchewan police basically have him on a few charges based on residual stuff, like I said before. Things that they're claiming that he was intent to traffic and stuff, which is nonsense because they didn't even find anything. But at the end of the day, we need to get a lawyer for him. So right now, I don't know if there's anybody out there listening that maybe wants to start raising some money. You can contact myself or Opus or Carly or Cannabis Culture. We're all going to basically just pull together again because this is a result of prohibition. And when one of our family members is down, it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter what kind of grudge you have. It doesn't matter anything. We are family and we need to fucking be there for each other. So just reaching out to you guys. Sean has a personal message he wanted me to say to you guys, and that is he loves you guys all, and he's really sorry that this shit went down, but, you know, we all have sacrificial lambs. There's a lot of us that have done time for flower crimes, and we have been there for each other. So this is another time. And,
he's living in a rough part of the country, you know.
yeah,
and
he's in the prairie, so they're not exactly a little lenient. Like, they're going to stick this
people,
one to him.
Winnipeg, you know, they had their club shut down. I mean, yeah, so we have to show there's solidarity right across as a Canada-wide thing.
It's true.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. It's not just the strongholds like here, Vancouver, Toronto, but yeah, no, we have to flex. If they're gonna flex their muscle, we gotta
Yeah,
flex
they really
too.
are, and
Guys, we were just talking about fighting with City Hall here. Like, You know, and I just got to bring one thing to mind here, and this just a comparison, because you've all heard about history repeats. I studied the Volstead Act extensively, which is alcohol prohibition in the United States, and right at towards the very end, when the act was repealed, were some of the most violent, vicious, bloody, and ridiculous times of the entire 13 years of prohibition.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it was because change was coming, and there's always that last pocket of resistance that is going to hold on and fight tooth and nail. And as a matter of fact, in places in like Chicago and stuff, cops were busting stills and vats of booze and speakeasies right up until midnight when the law was repealed. They were going in at 5 minutes to 12 where they could find places and like, nope, still illegal, that's it. Yeah, it was that, you know, they just did not want to give up. And that's, you know, what we're running into now, I think.
Unfortunately, you know, well, it is his first offense, but, you know, this is prohibition, guys. It doesn't matter, you know, he just needs help, and I'm just asking that, you know, we've all helped each other out here one time or another, and so yeah. Thanks to anyone in advance who's going to reach into their wallets and get a hold of us or CCHQ to help Sean out.
All right. Well, we'll try to get something set up for us in the near future here for
Thanks,
that.
guys.
More official. No worries. Thanks for coming on. Good seeing you.
Bye. Miss you guys.
All right. Let's watch a video while we're at it. I think it's time. We should watch Rick's rant. Well, I'm not sure. I don't think this one's a new, but it's a minute and a half or so. It's Rick's rant on the state of democracy. It's a good one. It's always worth playing. This one's always worth playing. Never gets old. I like it. Whenever you're ready, my friend, yo.
I love the Samara Institute. They're an amazing charity. Their entire reason for being is to inspire Canadians to become more involved in democracy. What's not to love? They aren't stuffy. They've got a great sense of humor. If you love politics, you can spend hours on their website. But if you love democracy, it can be kind of depressing. Their latest report card is out, and it's clear. If Canadian democracy was a patient, it would be in the hallway on a gurney on its way to palliative care. Turns out the majority of Canadians are completely disgusted by Canadian politics. If this keeps up, the only people who will ever vote are the base. And the base, by the way, no matter which party you're talking about, are a group of blindly loyal drones who live to get a Christmas card from their MP. As I said, fairly depressing. But there is good news. Canadians are incredibly active and generous. A healthy majority gives money to charity or devotes time to causes they believe in. They want to be engaged. They just don't want to be engaged to anyone on Parliament Hill. I just spent an entire week surrounded by young people aged 6 to 26 who want nothing more than to make the world a better place. But you suggest they join a political party? You might as well tell them to go slam their head in a locker. When it comes to politics, abstinence is on the rise. So to the leaders of the major political parties, this is go time. Canadians, especially young Canadians, they're just not that into you. There's less than 1 year until the next federal election. Please, look beyond your base, because democracy is far too important to sacrifice to partisan politics.
Hey, we're back. And yeah, I never get tired of listening to Rick's rants. I had to look around. Where the hell's the camera? By the way, I should tell you guys, oh look, Megan just walking in. Hi, Megan.
Stoner Advisory.
Stoner Advisory. We're not actually reversed today. We're actually shooting the show in a mirror. So that's what's going on today. In case anybody's wondering, like, hey, they flipped the set. No. We just put up a big mirror, and we're filming. Yeah. It was just easier that way because now we can see ourselves.
Yeah, you see that sign there.
That's it. You see? That's it. It should be multiple. All right. Yes, enough of that. Okay, so since we had lots of unscheduled guests and chatted about all kinds of things, I suppose we'll go to the countdown calendar. It's 5 minutes to 5 here at on the left coast of Canada. All right, what do we got coming up? Well, actually, on July 29th, Wednesday, is Neil Magnuson's court date coming up at 8:30 in the morning at 222 Main Street here in Vancouver. So if you're available to go down and show support for Neil, this is to do with his bust at Cannabis Day. So when he was hauled off by the cops, when you were thrown down and all that shit was going on.
I was hugging Neil's legs.
There you go. So that's Wednesday morning, July 29th at 222 Main Street in Vancouver. And also that same day, Wednesday, later on that afternoon at 4 o'clock starting here, Jody Emery, myself, and everyone else at Cannabis Culture, we're all gathering here during Greg's show from under the sea desk, which is now on the ground floor in the back of the store again. And but we'll be up here, and that's the 10-year anniversary of Mark being arrested, and actually Mark, Michelle, and the late Michelle Rainey, and Greg Williams getting arrested for the seed conspiracy charges and all that. And yeah, wow, 10 years. That's crazy. Wednesday, yeah, don't miss that. That's going to be good. And it's weird how, like, here we are 10 years later, and the seed desk is right back where it was 10 years ago.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
just
I love
cool.
It. I love it.
It found its way home.
Yeah.
That's what it did.
Very appropriate.
On its own. Weird how shit works. And here they are talking, start shutting us down again. It's like we've gone, what? Are we really going to go through this again? Like, what the fuck? We just spent how many years going through this shit? Like, give us a break. Enough. We're not going to stop. Oh, no, we're going to hotbox fucking SkyTrain cars. And I got news for you. And if you think that's something, that's just the start of shit that I can come up with. That's nothing. Jesus, Murphy. Don't get me going. I can assure you, it won't be fun. I put up plywood pot leaves all over foam poles, all over Port Alberni. I've done plywood cutouts of different sort of shapes of people and stuff, and tied them onto like ropes and thrown them over wires, so like they sort of hang off the wires. Instead of shoes, it's like cutouts that say shit on them and stuff, you know. No, but I heard somebody threw sex toys over the thing. I heard about that. So it's like, you know, if they want to be dicky about it, it's easy to get creative.
It's true. You have the best activism tips and tricks.
Oh, God. You just have to think about outside the box for a minute. And it's like little things where you don't have to... Working on your own quietly sometimes is much more effective than getting big groups.
It's true. It's true.
Just doing little things. Little things.
And they can get a lot of attention when they're like subtle, and then somebody notices something's a little bit off, you know? When you do those types of things, it really grabs
like the little
attention.
Space Invaders guys everywhere. You know, one of my favorite ways
That was
of...
from, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. From Exit Through the Gift Shop.
That's right, yeah.
Yes. Great movie.
My favorite little trick is something that I worked out with a friend of mine who I guess I probably shouldn't say right now because we did a bunch of vandalism. But we had free mark logos, and what we would do is we would cut the bottom out of a pizza box. So you get a pizza box, and open it up. You cut the bottom out in whatever stencil you want. And then when you go out and you're like at a SkyTrain station or whatever, you just like drop down to tie your shoe, open up your pizza box, which inside has a can of spray paint or whatever, and you just go quickly on the ground, close your pizza box, and get the fuck out of there.
And there's another way to do that as well. If you have a brown paper shopping bag, you know, the kind with the little rope handles?
Yes, yeah.
Same thing. You open that up in the bottom, you make a cardboard stencil, put it in the bottom, and then cut out the stencil again, so now it's a reinforced bottom.
Yeah.
And the same thing, your can of paint's in the... So you put the bag down, reach into the bag, and then you just pick up the bag and walk away.
There you go. That's the perfect one.
Same as the pizza box, another application.
Yeah, that one's even better, maybe.
Well, it works
It's
pretty
a
good
little smaller, but you get a big bag.
too. Yeah, well, you
Giant
can
bag.
still buy that. You can still go to certain stores
all I wanted to
have
say.
those kinds of bags that you can find them if you want. I mean, grocery stores have them if you ask for them usually.
You know, that kind of ties into one of the stories that we have, actually.
Which one would that be? I know it. I'm trying to think. I'm very
With the,
high at the second. This very minute. I'm like
With
fucking
the
really high.
Vancouver City Planters.
Oh yeah, that's right too. I forgot about that. That's
I
right.
think that's an awesome form of activism.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's hilarious and very cool.
Well, it's just Vancouver and all. We have like an extra long growing season.
It's true, we do.
I know Greg was talking about this on his show on Wednesday. But yeah, because it's a good story. It's the title of the story was "Residents," and in quotations, "love marijuana plants sprouting on Vancouver traffic circles, but police are not amused." Who
I
gives
am.
a shit about what the cops think? No, really. Like, do we care? Residents love it. It doesn't matter what the cops think. Yeah. Residents in the hip Mount Pleasant neighborhood. Is hip Mount Pleasant. So if you're thinking of buying a place, Mount Pleasant's hip. That's the place.
It's very hip.
They found marijuana plants in the flowers and shrubs of at least 2 traffic circles, sparking local joy and a race between residents and police to harvest them. I love it. Local joy. Like,
That's
and why are the
awesome.
cops not amused? Everybody else has got local joy. And the cops are like, we're not amused. Well, maybe they should move to the area. I don't know. There's a lot of joy there.
Yeah. And it's hip.
He says, I think it represents a good sense of humor in the neighborhood, said resident Stephen. Told CTV, adding, such gardens are usually tended by locals. Well, you know who's in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Eric and several other residents said they have seen marijuana plants growing in the center of traffic circles along Ontario Street in the past few months in what seems to be a random series of guerrilla gardening. Woo! Overgrown.
Awesome.
They're everywhere.
Whoever
They're
did
everywhere.
It, thank you.
Well,
I
you know,
love it. I hope
back
it
a
gets
few
to the
months.
point where they start growing themselves because there's so many of them, and it's just like an uncontrollable weed that the city has to deal with, and we can just walk down the street and just pick up.
I'm
bugs.
taking some credit because, you know, we often talk every year about seed bombs and how to
Yes.
make seed bombs. And people's like, yeah. And we'll just drive by out of the car window, toss them into the middle of the traffic circle as you're driving around.
Yep.
That's
It's awesome.
perfect.
It's awesome.
Perfect.
Whoever's doing it, keep it up. And if you're not doing it, start doing it.
Here's another guy. Oh, no, this is Eric again saying, I love it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful plant. We should all be enjoying it, right? It's
Yeah.
nature. That's what he told CBC News. Vancouver, where marijuana is so abundant, it grows on public land, said Jeremy. It's BC. Was anyone really surprised? This was from Vincent. By the time the news outlets and social media had picked up the location at noon, it became a race to Ontario and 20th to pluck the plants. By the afternoon, Vancouver police had removed another plant at Ontario and West 19th. So they're out probably driving around. You imagine the cops got nothing better to do but to like go around and like
Drive around
get
looking
out and
for
like
plants.
okay and have poke around and snoop around in traffic circles looking at the plants.
So they have time to drive around looking for plants that they want to get rid of, but they don't have time to take care of like all of the people shooting up at the parks.
Oh, there's so much
Everywhere.
other
Like,
bullshit they don't have. They
just don't care about. They just don't have their priorities straight at all.
Well, you know, they used to have their priorities straight, and like Jeremiah commented on this, how for many years it seemed that we were getting along really, really, really well with the city and with the police.
Yeah.
The term the pot block has been used for quite a few years, many years, and it's almost like because everything is cool if you guys can just do your pot thing in that block, and now it seems that's not so. They want to shut this place down. So you can see there's it's a 180-degree shift in attitude from the city, and I think it's time that we all realize, we're still in a drug war.
Yes.
And it's a war. So any and all, especially this stage of the game where we've come around so much that we have this sort of legal approach to things with this more open attitude. It's much more, the majority of people want outright legalization, especially BC leads the way there. So to see this kind of, it's just a control issue at this point. They left us alone all this time because there was nothing it's just those guys smoking pot. Nobody was interested, and we'll just leave it alone. All of a sudden, there's a lot of interest.
Yep.
So there's a reason for that, and it's usually the money.
That's what it looks like. That's what it really looks like.
Sure. Well, that's control is money too, right? It's the same thing. When I say control, I mean, control of the game, like as in money, rules, regs, a whole 9 yards. So
they want their piece.
Well,
They want their piece.
They want their chunk now.
Theirs. Yeah.
They see industry. They finally go, we can finally get our chunk of that piece of industry, and that's what they want. And they're lining up for it. So, that's it. We, have to continue to fight and say, this is it. We're going to have, this is a normal, this is as normal as having, coffee and donuts and a cigarette or anything else like that nature. It's, maybe all those things aren't good for you. We do have the choice. And it's certainly less harmful than those 3 things I just mentioned.
Yeah.
So, on that, it's, I'd like to see see, here's the thing, again, the $30,000. Oh, wait. The $30,000 proposed or dispensary fee that's coming up. They're saying it's going to be necessary for all the extra policing. And I'm thinking, what extra policing? Because today, or up until, recently, there hasn't been a need for extra policing. There may have been 1 or 2 cases where the police were called in. One was at Weeds, I believe, where some younger person got a hold of some edibles, and I don't know all the exact details. But, and it was in the paper, and they made a deal of it. But other than that, there's not a lot of cases. So where's policing?
I worked at a bar that was just down the street from here, and honestly, it was about every other weekend that the cops were getting called or that had to be up front dealing with an issue.
Yeah,
and
fight or something,
that's okay.
Sure.
Fight, big fights, groups of 8 bodyguards, or 8 guys in the middle of a downtown big street. That's fine. That's okay.
That's regular every weekend.
And people being so belligerently drunk, people who probably should have gone to the hospital. It was insane. And that's okay. And that's only 2, maybe 3 blocks away.
Yeah, but this happens everywhere in the city every
crazy.
weekend.
All the time. Every night.
I mean, just
in every city.
A really very simple calculation. Here's one. Is, they have a drunk tank. Well, on the weekends, how many people end up in the drunk tank?
Yeah.
I just want to know, just count that. Yeah. And then how many people end up in the drunk tank because they're smoking weed? No, you don't hear a weed. There's no weed tank. There isn't one. There's never been a weed tank.
Yeah, that sounds fun, actually.
Yeah, we should open one. Let's open the weed tank. Can we call this the weed tank from now on? Yeah. Puff tank.
I would. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's the way. No, this just never needed. So I don't understand when they talk about extra policing and so I go, come on. You can't show harm. And again, we're talking about, an adult product that's geared for adults, and they're always talking about, we got to protect the children. Well, from what? If you, it's ridiculous. They hide cigarettes. They hide cigarettes in the store so kids can't see them. But then the kids, of course, count out their nickel candies on that nice glass case full of lottery tickets.
Yes.
Yeah. Can't buy those yet, but just wait until you feel older and you're not buying candy.
They have Candy Crush lottery tickets.
Oh, I know.
Like the actual licensed Candy Crush game that many children play.
Yeah.
Is there with all of the other lottery tickets. That's
sure.
insane. But edibles are dangerous, and those are appealing to children.
And this is in the same province that we have the facial recognition. It's a program you can sign up for if you feel you have a gambling problem. And what happens is they take your picture, and that goes to all the gaming centers and all the casinos in the province. Because when you walk into any one of those establishments, people should just know this, by the way. Every time you walk into a gaming center in this province, you are scanned and logged in for facial recognition.
Yeah.
That happens automatically. But if you sign up for the program, it gets your picture while you walk in. Someone will walk up to you and say, "Excuse me," and they'll escort you out because you voluntarily have signed up as a problem gambler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's been in place here in BC for at least 5 or 6 years that I'm aware of it. They've
And
had
I know
that going on.
you can do something similar in Ontario too. I'm not sure if there's the facial recognition program or not, but I know that you can set yourself up on like a block list.
Here it's facial recognition.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of cool when you think of the tech, but it's kind of also
a little
scary.
invasive, yeah.
Well, that's why you can't walk in a casino wearing dark glasses though around here and stuff too, right? It's like a bank. You can't walk in wearing, you gotta, no, take your hat off, no dark glasses, and same in the casino, no. Yeah, exactly, because same thing, they got tons of money.
Yeah.
You can't walk in there covering your face. Nope. What else can we do? Let's watch another video for snicks and giggles while I do another dab. I know, let's watch this one, actually. We'll have a little where the hell's Tommy?
Tommy?
My producer. Where the hell did he go? God, no. Okay. What? Now you know exactly what you were talking about. All right. We'll have a musical interlude. This is all about that bass. This is an excellent musical interlude. I love this tune. Check it out. Roll. Thank you.
Because I'm all about that bass, and no trouble. I'm all about that bass, and no trouble. I'm all about that bass, and no trouble. I'm all about that bass,
Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size two, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. 'Cause I got that boom boom that all the boys are chasing, all the right junk in all the right places. I see those magazines working on Photoshop. That stuff ain't real. Come on and make it stop. If you got beauty, then raise them up, 'cause every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. My mama, she told me, don't worry about your size. She said, boys like a little more booty to hold the night. I won't be no stick figure, silicone Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. Because I'm all about the bass, no treble. I'm all about the bass, no treble. I'm all about the bass, no treble. I'm all about the bass,
I'm bringing booty back. Go ahead and tell those skinny ladies that.
Nah, I'm just playing. I know you think you're fat,
But I'm here to tell you every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. Hey, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size. She said boys like a little more booty to hold.
because you know I'm. You see, my mama, she told me don't worry about your size, because boys like a little more booty to hold at night. You know I won't be no stick figure, silicone Barbie doll. So if that's what you're into, then go ahead and move along. I'm all about the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, I'm all about the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass, no trouble. I'm all about the bass,
Hey, we're back. And,
Hello.
yeah, I just needed to get some music up there as a filler in between. Why not? Because that's what we do. Just break up the show, and I hope you enjoyed that as much as everybody here did.
There's some people dancing. There was some duets going on in the background while that was playing. It was pretty
Lots
fun,
of
actually.
finger snapping and
Yeah.
yeah.
Head bopping. Yeah.
I just wanted to mention as well, on our last story, we were talking about plants growing in traffic circles and public boulevards. Well, update. Typewriter noise. Yeah, man. So they have Saskatchewan has found in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, and their planters in the city there, they found weed. So way to go, Swift Current. And in Winnipeg as well, pot plants found in the City Hall flower bed.
That's awesome.
So I think that's even better to go put them there.
That's a great idea. Whoever did that, props to you. That's genius.
You know, the thing when you do that, though, you're guaranteed to have them found quickly because those are usually very manicured gardens. When you plant in public sort of garden, like traffic, like you say, those traffic circle gardens seem to be all community oriented. So people in the neighborhood plant them to jazz up the neighborhood. So it's someone in the neighborhood's going and putting those seeds in. So they're a lot likely or less likely to get found by the authorities.
That's
and these
true.
ones never
Still
would
worth a
have.
shot, though.
These ones never would have got out there, except people were posting it all up on social media and stuff. Then the media
Exactly.
came in,
And that's what you
and
gotta
then the cops finally.
Oh.
I guess we better go down there. It's on, global.
Just in case anyone gets hurt.
Hey, I started talking about events coming up, and then we petered off into a bunch of other crap we forgot. All right, so I'll get back to the countdown list. That's how high we are here today, or at least me, I should say. Well, I am. I'm baked. What's going on? On Saturday, August 1st, there is, now I don't know, this is something I just saw on Facebook, a Take the Steam Clock smoke-in street party. That at least 30 people have signed on there to go. They want to gather at the Steam Clock down in Gastown for a massive smoke-in to the protest / party against Vancouver police action during Cannabis Day, harassing, arresting, and pepper spraying people.
Yeah.
Let's create a new holiday, or rather grab something from the past. Now, here's a little bit of history. 43 years ago, I guess on this day or this week, people gathered at what was called the Grasstown Smoke-In in Gastown to protest marijuana prohibition, which I believe resulted in the Gastown riots, did it not? back 43 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, well, much like it is today, very much so.
Yeah.
So August 1st is Smoke Up the Steam Clock Day at the Grasstown Steam Clock at 6 p.m. People will gather, vendors welcome. Then at 7 p.m. when the steam comes out, so does our smoke, and the street party will commence. Feel free to make this whatever you want. Bring noisemakers, music, guitars, speakers, and whatever else you can think of. I tell you, if I didn't do it, but I could almost have written that. Somebody's paying attention to me because I would have said all those things. Yeah, bring noisemakers. Bring all your...
That's awesome.
I would have also those 22-liter, fountain blue water jugs.
Yeah.
When they're empty, if you bounce one upside down, like on the neck, off the cement, just that high, and catch it, it's louder than any drum. David Malma Levine showed me that trick.
That's awesome.
It's a grassroots protest noisemaker, and if the cops steal it from you, it's like, well, they're easy to come by. They're only what's the deposit on? Is it a couple bucks?
I have no idea.
I don't know. They're not that much. Anyhow, so there you go. Also on August 1st, this is something a little better. On Facebook, someone's posting around. This is the Post Positive Challenge. I like the sound of this. This is a good one. This is some good news. This is a challenge to all my friends on Facebook, and I guess, I don't know, everyone. With all the negative shit in the world, just once, they want all of you to forget what's on the news and stop carbon copying all the same old negative posts. And we all do it, for sure. Guaranteed, we're just sharing the news, really, is what it is. But at some point or another, so let's do something nice for a change in one day of positive posts and comments. Some of you can't, fine, but if we can get a few on board, maybe we can all smile, have a warm, fuzzy day for a while. I guess this is minus drugs. Blah, 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 goes on and on and on. And use the hashtag #PostPositiveChallenge.
I like it.
So there you go. If you want to get involved and make some post-positive posts and take the challenge, I encourage you to do that. Add the hashtag. It's probably cool. Let's see, it might go viral. Who knows? Maybe it'll trend.
I think it could, and I think it's a good thing for everyone to try doing personally, because I know I read a post somewhere that was like, try to go a whole day without saying anything negative. And I remember I tried to do it, and I remember how hard it was. And it put in perspective how much more effort I should be putting into being positive. And I think that would be like good practice,
yeah, it's
one
easy,
day.
It's easy to keep hitting that retweet.
Exactly.
And
And it's just putting more negativity out there, and it's affecting other people's days too.
But at the same token, we all want to be, and I mean token.
Informative. Yeah.
Oh, God. I know. I was just farting around. Dana Larson, our good friend, is writing a series of articles right now that you can see in the Vancouver Sun if you go to the community blogs section. And he's writing a series of articles comparing the persecution of the cannabis community to that of the gay community not that many years ago.
Yeah. And
he's got two excellent articles up. I think one of them, are they both up on the front page of Cannabis Culture?
Yes, they are.
Are they in its entirety, or are they just linked up? They're there. I've been informed by Jeremiah Vandermeer, editor of Cannabis Culture magazine, and executive producer of Cannabis Culture News.
Yeah, you can go to the front page of CC.
Front page of CC, and the articles in their entirety are there. I know a lot of articles you carry are partial, and then you get the link to the source.
We publish all Dana's content.
I kind of figured. Yeah, that's why I asked. There you go. Pot smokers are the new gays is one paragraph here. Oh, God. This is from today's news, by the way. Do you need a job? Looking for work? A month after cutting 2 top managerial positions, TransLink has posted a job opening for a CEO. An eye-popping compensation package is included. If you are successful in getting the job of the new CEO of Metro Vancouver Transit Authority, you will earn $319,244 annually, and bonus up to 30% of the base salary, could be up to $95,000 more. Also, you'll get 6 weeks of vacation, $14,400 annual transportation allowance. That's a lot of bus passes. $2,500 annual wellness allowance. Is that for like liquor? $1,200 annual parking allowance because, hey, you don't need transit when you have a job like that. Pension, health, medical, dental benefits, and relocation assistance if applicable. I tell you, hey, it gets even better. Former TransLink CEO Ian Jarvis received a total compensation package of $438,000 and $438,700 in 2012. This is according to the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. Oh my God, he was only making, he was actually making more money. He was making $394,730 in salary, incentives, and taxable benefits. That year it was $200,000 more than Christy Clark, who the Premier of BC, and $75,000 more than Prime Minister Stephen Harper, said the group. So that's a pretty good job.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
So get some good lies on your resume, and I would start just sending resumes into these guys, man. Like just lie your face off. Go for it. I've sent mine in. I did. I sent mine in. I'm going to send in another. I'm going to keep changing my name. Pretend I'm another person. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Like Murnaugh did when he called Pam McCall. That's awesome. And I really encourage, if you haven't heard that yet, Matt Murnaugh on TNZ and Lisa, punking out Pam McCall harsh. Check that out. And you can just go to SoundCloud and go to the Vapor Central channel on SoundCloud, and you'll see it there under the Prohibition Mystery Guest episode. And it's in about the 40-minute mark in it starts. It's absolutely hilarious. So worth it. Well done, Myrna.
Way to go.
I really enjoyed myself. That was awesome. Full show. Let's watch another video. Are you, there he is. I was going to look over here. Where's Tommy gone? I see. Jade left, so he's back in his seat. He was all excited over there. What was that conversation going? Okay. This is somewhere over the rainbow. What? No, in Alice Land? All right, never mind. Let's watch some Cripple Creek. This is a GoPro video. This is real short, 2 minutes, but this guy's got the coolest train set ever.
Try it now, Dan.
Oh, this guy's sitting there having a beer.
Well, that's how you fish.
Absolutely. And this dude is sitting here taking a poop. Oh, this is the truth, too. He was a hobo and he had a stick with the checkered bag hanging like hobos used to have.
Say hey hey. So there you go. A little GoPro Cripple Creek station. I thought that was kind of funny. Those old guys were having a good old time. Pretty cool outdoor train set, to say the least. That was funny. The guy at the end, he's like, "Oh yeah, man, I stole my little hobo figure." Yeah. So we have to give away some marijuana. That's what we're going to do right now. For our online viewers only, that's right. If you're watching the show and you have a mailing address in Canada, you can play. And one guess only, that's what's going on. I need you to guess how much marijuana I'm going to hold up. I'm going to use the, I guess... Watch the chat. Jared's going to watch the chat. Do you want to come over here and sit over here and use the mic? Get on the microphone. People can sort of watch you and make sure you're not cheating. Just kidding.
You can't tell.
Get on the camera. Yeah, you can't tell anyways. That's it. You
don't know what
this
I'm
is
doing
shot
over
in
here.
a mirror anyways.
Yeah.
You know, we're just seeing our reflection.
Ah, yes.
Because we have the
oh,
mirror
I see
up,
the
right?
reflective show
it's
today.
The reflected show.
That's
why
right,
it,
yes.
that's why it looks backwards to the
look
camera.
how handsome we all look. And beautiful you look.
Yeah. All right.
You look handsome too.
Okay.
They used to say that about women, didn't they? A very handsome-looking
A
woman.
woman can still be handsome. I think a
What does that
handsome is
mean?
a certain type of look. You know.
I'm not sure.
No, I'm not sure either.
Well, nobody's sure.
So,
well, no, just a bit. If somebody's a good-looking woman, but they have a bit more of a masculine face, then you could say they're a handsome
Hi,
woman.
chatters.
Hey,
Yes,
chatteroos.
yes.
All right.
I got the live chat up here.
You got the chat? All right. I'm going to...
Stay high net, 28 dabs later. Ral Gash. That's Gal Rash. Ral Gash, I like that. Stay high net. Oh, I already said you. Jam Band fan, Archer 420. Dr.
Hey,
Clone's
chat.
there even.
Dr. Clone, how's it going? Did you get your mail yet, Dr. Clone? Probably, maybe not soon. Should be almost there.
Special delivery for the clone. Maybe it went to the original doctor and not the clone by accident.
Or it just went to the clone, not the Dr. Clone. Maybe they just put clone.
A clone of the doctor?
Or they put Clune.
Clone of Dr. Clone?
Dr. Loon. All right, here
All
you
right,
go.
so,
I'm
do
going
we
to
have
put
a
this on the.
webcam?
I'm going to. Yes, we do. I'm putting this here on the desk, on the deck. I don't know if that's going to work. Here, we'll have
Can
to
you
do it
show
this
it off
way.
to him?
I'm
Up
trying
close
to
and
do
personal.
that. We're working on it.
You don't want to take it out of the bag, though, do you? Or do you? Dump it out?
All right. What's up? Here, that'll work.
You can show him the scale.
That works. What?
On a copy of Cannabis Digest, available now at your local head shop.
All right, folks. Here you go. I'm going to hand bomb it here. Is that working? Good.
Let's see here.
How much weed is that? One guess only. You're a
We
heckler.
have some calls from in studio. Bud cam. Oh yeah, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think out there? How many grams is it? Start putting them in the chat here.
You gotta pull out a little bit, Opus.
What's that?
Pull out a little bit.
Pull out a little? Oh.
Yeah.
Can't see quite all of it.
Pull out method.
There we go.
Here we go. So the chatters, we have some answers here. We have 2.2, 3.1, 3.2, 3.6, 3.8, 2.9, 2.8, 3.5, 2, 3.5, 4.6 is pretty high. There's even 5.0. That's 28 dabs later. He said 5. 3.3, 4.6, 3.4, says Dr. Clone.
Well, we're going to get a, let's find out exactly how much this marijuana weighs.
So
We're
put
gonna
in your
check it
last
out.
guesses, ladies and gentlemen.
This is it. One guest only, folks.
I think 28
Dun,
dabs
dun,
might be
dun,
right.
Da, 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 da. Oh, wait a minute. We got spillage.
Archer 420 said, do a line. Bust up weed. There have been others that have busted up weed into a fine powder
right.
and tried to snort it. I don't think it works very well.
All right.
All right, what's the
wild camera action work.
magic number?
The magic number
Tommy.
is
Dun,
6
dun, dun.
grams.
6.
Nice.
Wow. So everybody was pretty low then. So the highest on the list was who here then? 5.0?
I think dabs. 28 dabs.
28 dabs later with 5.0.
Yay.
28 dabs later is one again.
There you go.
Dude.
Yay. Good for
It always
you.
looks smaller on the camera.
Yeah, we didn't have any in there for reference for size, but if somebody knows the general cover of the Cannabis Digest, that would have been a good giveaway if they had seen that yet. You see?
You never know how heavy the weed itself is, though. It could be really dry, could be a little damp.
All right, 28 dabs later. Congratulations. And yeah, just send me your mailing info again to my email, opusfarms
Super dank
at
powers.
gmail.com. OPUSPHARMS at gmail.com. And yeah, so, because I don't keep people's stuff after I send it in.
28 dabs deserves it. He's always in the chat.
Yeah, I know
love
he's
28
around.
dabs.
He's won numerous times. Good for you. That's what we're here for, to give shit away. Well, that's not what we're here for, but that's what we like to be here and do.
Now I'm going back to doing things.
Now we're doing something else,
Cam.
which that's why I have this here, because I just want to mention that this is the summer issue 45, new issue of Cannabis Digest, and it is an awesome one. I just had a look through it earlier this morning when I was sort of like getting ready to go out, and I was like, wow, this is a really good issue. Lots of good articles, and so I want to give a shout out to the editor, Ted Smith, who I know was in town the other day. I didn't get to go to the fundraiser for him and Gail, but I heard there was lots of good times and stuff was going on. Neil Magnuson is here.
Yes, he
Well dressed as ever. Oh yeah, he's bringing a joint into the Dabathon. Uh-oh.
Can't pass it.
All right.
Concentrates today.
It's all concentrates here, Neil. You have to put that one
I know
out.
this shirt's a little old and it's been worn a lot of times, but I wanted to wear it because, let our people grow, damn it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm getting pissed.
So what did you want to talk about quick? Because we're running out of time. Get to the point, my friend.
I want to talk about being pissed off at the city's regulations and what that's doing and stores.
Oh, no. You thought you were talking about you wanted to give me an update on something. No, we're not talking about something. Okay, well, no.
That's what the update is that because...
No, what's the date? What's going on? Give me details.
A little bit of background.
Okay. No, I don't want background. We're short on time.
Okay.
So get right to the point.
Meet us at City Hall on Thursday to have a planning session for the August 10th massive rally at City Hall to protest these stupid regulations.
So you're meeting at City Hall to plan to
Well,
protest at City Hall? Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I'm telling you. They're having two meetings. They're for dispensaries to come and get questions answered.
Okay.
And that's on this coming Thursday, July 30th, and then again on August 10th.
Okay.
So we want a whole bunch of people to show up. Patients, people that are upset with this, what's going on. Come down to City Hall on Thursday, and we're going to plan to put together a big rally for the 10th.
On Thursday.
Anytime
What time
we
on
want.
Thursday?
I mean, probably by 11 a.m., I would say, we'll start to be there. There's no real time.
So
because we just want a bunch of people there all day on Thursday.
All right.
And we'll bring some megaphones, and we'll let you scream at City Hall and shout at these stupid politicians.
So protest at City Hall Thursday, say around 11-ish. And,
all day.
All right. Okay.
And the real one is coming up on August 10th.
And what day is that?
I think it's a Monday. I think it's
the week following or something like that?
2 weeks from today, something like that.
Fair enough.
And we want to have lots of signs and lots of patients and lots of people that are upset with these regulations for sure.
Fair enough. Well, thank you for that. All right, that's all I needed was just we just want to know when. Thanks, Neil.
Thank you, Neil.
Appreciate it.
See you all later.
We did mention, by the way, about your court appearance Wednesday.
Oh, good.
So we've already talked about that on the countdown calendar. This is like a late addition to the countdown calendar. He didn't have the info to send me, so that's why we had Neil up here. Let him know. One other video there, Tommy. Can you throw up another? This is a short musical. Now, I grew up with these guys, going to see them in the bar when I was much younger, man. McLean and McLean, and I think they've kind of gone away, but they were, I guess, like kind of like the Trailer Park Boys, but a little different, but more musical. I don't know. Check it out, though. This is McLean and McLean. I've Seen Pubic Hair, a classic.
I was having me a burger in a dirty green 3-spoon cafe. I was eating it with relish when the man beside me turned to say, "What's that pubic hair doing laying on your bun?" I said, "I never saw it sitting there, and you sure is really one." He stood up on the counter and he said, "Now look here, Blair, I've traveled all over this country and I've seen pubic hair. I've seen pubic hair, man, and never like them bear, man. I even got my share, man, beneath the underwear, man, sticking out here and there, man. I've seen pubic hair. I've seen great ones, straight ones on my dinner plate, ones long, ones strong, ones little curly blonde, ones red, ones dead, ones laying on the head, ones black, ones brown, ones little lucky down, ones short, ones thick, ones growing from your dick, ones grow, ones show, ones flow, ones golden, ones I've seen pubic hair, man, and never like them bear, man. I even got my share, man, beneath the underwear, man, sticking out here and there, man, and I've seen pubic hair. I've seen bushy ones, cushy ones, obligation, mushy ones, slave ones, shave ones, floating in the gravy ones, pretty ones, dirty ones, fluffing out your birdie ones, lead ones, sweet ones, on the toilet seat ones, hipper ones, whipper ones, catch 'em in your zipper ones, throw ones, show ones, flowing ones, golden ones. I've seen pubic hair, man, and never like them bear, man. I even got my share, man, beneath the underwear, man, sticking out here and there, man. I've seen pubic hair. I've seen bit ones, lip ones, round your sphincter lip ones, clear ones, queer ones, find 'em in your beer ones, proud ones, loud ones, drop 'em in the crowd ones, fly ones, die ones, burger, chicken, fry ones, pop ones, club ones, floating in the top ones, chosen ones, frozen ones, shiting in their hose ones. I've seen pubic hair, man, and never like them bear, man. I even got my share, man, beneath the underwear, man, sticking out here and there, man. Ain't no kind he hasn't seen. I've seen pubic hair.
Did you take that one yet? Okay.
All right, another dab. I was dabbing. Carly was dabbing during the pubic hair song. Because, yep, that was it. We've seen pubic hair. Don't you, you're over there chuckling. And it's like, oh, look, David Mamo Levine. How the hell did you sneak in so quietly?
Because, you know, I moved.
Stressed and depressed.
I'm in, I'm out.
Well, we're just about done. Do you have anything you want to say important going up? Do you have an announcement? Do you have an announcement? David has an announcement.
I've got some cool things to announce.
You have to be quick, though, so
okay,
be
number one,
on point.
At the stressedanddepressed.ca, we have a new historical artifacts gallery.
Red flag.
That one?
Yep.
Okay, so we have a new gallery. Let's look in the galleries, the photo galleries in the documents section of the stressedanddepressed.ca website. And we have an Indiegogo fundraiser to defend cannabis farmers markets. I'm going to try to get something on the homepage at Cannabis Culture about that. Indiegogo, it's like a crowdsource fundraising kind of thing. It's a modern day way.
It's not a race.
No,
like
fundraising. Indiegogo is a fundraising website.
Oh, okay.
That's all they do. Like I said, we're going to try to
Indiegogo.com, I guess. I
have
don't know.
a story about it, an article on cannabis culture with a link to the website in question.
Okay.
So those are my announcements.
Thank you, David.
Hey, you're welcome. Hey.
I like your bracelet.
Bye. Oh, you like my bracelet?
Yeah, you should show it.
I mean, you can.
I'll show it to everybody. It says, "I love booty." Just in case anyone was wondering how I felt about the booty matter. I love it.
Now you know.
He loves his booty. Who doesn't like booty? Come on.
Everyone likes booty.
Everyone likes booty.
I don't like booty. Oh no. I love it.
All right. What else did I have here to watch you guys? You know what we didn't even talk about was the fact of the medical marijuana being covered by insurance soon. But as we started babbling about other stuff, but that's the way it goes on this show. Something that we do on a regular basis. Okay, well, anyhow, we're coming down into the ending, sort of, kinda. What do we got, Tommy? So, chat, I'm going to ask it out in the chat. Hey, what do people think the dab count is at? For all the people who are up here on the couch,
Oh, I didn't count
when
Jeremy's.
what was the final?
I need to add Jeremy's, so I'm not cheating.
Add Jeremy's. Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
There you go. He
Yeah.
took 2. Jeremy, you took 2 dabs, right?
Yeah, he's too dabber. All right. Well,
wants to take another.
we're still.
It's now.
But I'm just asking the chat if they have any guesses out in the chat. What's going on?
28, 18, 17, 21, 332, another 28.
Yeah? Who guessed 18? Jam? How do you spell it? No, spell it. Oh, jam. Okay, jam. Jam. I wasn't sure if you were saying gem. Jam. As in, like, you know, jelly, jam and jelly. Peanut butter and jam.
It is 18.
Yeah, because they guessed 18. We are at 18 dabs right now. So, good guess. I'm going to see if you want to send me your mailing address to my email. I will see that you get some kind of prize sent to you.
Fine.
From the Three Happy Cats, our sponsor. That's right. Your perfect provider. They sponsor the show here. They're the people behind making this shit happen. Hey? We can send them something. I think we can maybe get them a copy of Green Buds and Hash, the book. Yeah. Or something cool from the... We'll send them something from the Three Happy Cats. Great guests, because we were dabbing off camera when we were showing videos. So, that's about it for the show today. Tune in. Oh yeah, show up on Wednesday when we from under the sea desk. I almost said the old show name. And we'll be here on the 10-year anniversary of Mark Emery and Greg Williams, the late Michelle Rainey, getting raided by the DEA and hauled off to jail. And, and everything that's happened in the last 10 years, it's brought us to where we are. Mark doing 4.5 years in jail and, all the campaigns, the Free Mark campaigns, and, God, everything else. I have to drag out one of my old T-shirts for this one.
Yeah.
Well, look, she's back. Meow, meow. Hi, Jade. I know, these are awesome. I want to thank Kitten Puff for bringing in the most awesome kitty cat straws. Meow, meow.
Meow.
I wonder if I can mount this on the microphone so it's just like when I talk into the mic, it'd be there. There we go. That's it, see? A new mic flash. Instead of having like our Three Happy Cats logo, we'll just have like cat faces on our mics. That'll be fun. That's right, because I'm always looking to have some more fun. And so, yeah, that's all we're doing here. What is going on as well? Friday, Cannabis Culture News will be on. Jeremiah, right? You're on this week? You're back? Yeah, I know you were off last week. Yeah, so you're back. All right, you bad.
He's back.
You're back. You're bad. And that's what's happening. Oh, thank you for that. Yes. Oh, yes, we have the Redbeard bong that he made right here. Redbeard show, Saturday, 4 o'clock. From the, you know why I forget? Because this is the only show that we doesn't do it here. That's why I'm always never like, oh yeah, right, Redbeard, Saturday. And I'm usually working on my show by Saturday and doing stuff, so I'm just like somewhere else. Yeah, he's not on PVR. No. I don't have one of them anyways.
Very cool show.
No, Patrick's awesome. Redbeard's great. And we'll be back next Monday, and I believe next Monday is, oh, look, it'll be August. Wow, summer's rolling right along. Anyhow, that's what's going on. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for tuning in. Congrats to Jam, and as well to 28 Dabs later. And thanks for coming in, Carly.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it was a pleasure. And Jody and Jeremiah and Neil and Jade and the Happy Cats, Kitten Puff. Mary Beth for taking photos. And, come back. We'll see you again in a week. Till then, cultivate your freedom.